Oh yeah, we had fun.
What you think, Rick? Think we can make it there?
And then we're going to throw a big thick ribeye on top. Found something interesting here. High up in the tree, about 8 feet up, is a grave marker. It says John something, a middle name can't make it out, Davis, July, I think 1940. Had to shine a flashlight on to make the letters show up. And then the date of death is hard to make out, except we made out 1976, I think. Rest in peace, we love you. It was probably originally nailed low down on the tree, but over the last 50 years, the tree grew up and raised that up. So either there's a grave site right here, or maybe somebody spread ashes here or something. Don't know. Well, we're in the Rocky Mountains along Wood Creek. It's a nice area that we found here, off by ourselves. There's a campground not too far away. Just a beautiful area. It's been kind of warm during the day, pushing 90. Really cool at night, like we wake up in the morning and it's 40 degrees. It's pretty nice. It warms up real quick though. And the river here doesn't look too good for fishing in this spot. It's just kind of flat and featureless. But my friends Doug and Kathy gave me an old fly rod and reel as a gift. And I've been out here practicing. I haven't used a fly rod since I was a little kid, like 8 or 10 years old. But it's funny though, I kind of remembered how to cast it out. And I've been having fun just practicing. But it's cool. I don't do too much fishing, but this kind of spurred my interest again.
Good morning. This morning, I'd like to introduce you to the next bad boy in our Gonagain family, the Yamaha TW200, more commonly known as the T-Dub. So we've gone from a V-Dub to a T-Dub.
Yeah, we started out in a Volkswagen bus, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, way back. Well, let's see, how do we explain this? Our car is 25 years old, and we can't afford a new one, so we baby it. We don't take it on hard off-road anymore. And we love our trailer. We're not going to change that. We're not going to get anything different. But we're getting older.
We are?
Well, I am. And we're not hiking as far as we used to. But it's also nice to be able to have something to get us a little further distance, to do a little more exploring. And that's why we bought the motorcycle. And it goes on the back of our trailer.
Yeah.
So.
And you all remember, I can't ride.
Right. She can't ride an e-bike.
Well, I can. But I don't want to put up with the injuries.
Yeah, and Linda's got 2 plates and 8 screws in her right ankle, so
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons we don't walk too far.
Yeah, so we needed to find something that he could ride, and I could ride along with him.
Yeah, so we did that. Just a little background story here. I've ridden a lot in my past, but not recently, and I didn't have a Montana endorsement. They wouldn't recognize my out-of-state endorsement. So I took the 2-day Motorcycle Safety Foundation course and aced that. I felt pretty good about it. And we're having fun riding. So we've got almost 100 miles on this bike so far.
Yeah.
It's new. Let me tell you about the bike. We decided on this one for a couple of reasons. One thing is it's small enough and relatively lightweight enough that Linda and I can load it easily. If we drop it on the ground, I can pick it up by myself, and that's important too. But it had to be big enough for both of us to ride on. And this one fills the bill. So we can ride double on it. It's called a dual sport, so it can ride on trails as well as it's legal to ride on the highway. You'll notice it's got a massive rear tire on it. It's not a fast bike. Top speed on it's 55 miles an hour, approximately. The front tire on it is as big as most motorcycle rear tires of this size. So it's real sure-footed on gravel and in mud and things like that. It just makes it so we can get out and explore. At first I was looking for a used one, but because there's no changes made on these bikes, they tend to hold their value really well. And one that's 10 or 15 years old is only 25% cheaper than a brand spanking new one. So we just bought a new one, and even getting a new one was hard to find because they tend to go real fast. Anyways, now you've been introduced to the newest piece of equipment here, the motorcycle. So let's go do some exploring. Linda's done some exploring around camp here. She figures this is where there was an outhouse at one time. There's the foundation for an old cabin right behind where we're camped. You can see there's a soft depression in the ground here, and there's a kind of a log laying here, but there's also a foundation piece laying across the back. And that piece over there could have been the step, but right down in here it's soft. You know, one popular thing to do these days is to dig those out and metal detect them, because of the things that fall out of your pockets when you're in a hurry to get your business done. Right behind our trailer here, I was poking around yesterday and I happened to notice a straight line of rocks. You can kind of see them right here, and not only are they stone, but they're mortared in place, and they kind of go about 20 feet back behind this little tree here, and it's hard to show you, but there's a corner back here. I don't know if you can see this on the video too well, but yeah, you can. There's a corner, and it goes like this, and it goes about 15 or 16 feet over in this direction, and another corner. So it's I think it's the foundation to an old cabin. And right here is a hole in the ground, which we determined is probably a well, but it's been kind of covered over with a stack of old roofing tin. 5-gallon buckets and things like that have been thrown in there. But it was a hole, so we think it was a hand-dug well. Yesterday I tested this water using the Cactoily water tester. A lot of you guys bought this tester because of the review I did on it, and it is excellent because if you learn how to read it, and you can read the amount of chemicals in the water, not what chemicals they are, but just the solids that are in the water. And you can also read the total organic carbon, which is indicative of the bacteria in the water. And yesterday this water tested excellent. Yeah. Out of a score of a possible 100, it's got a 92, and it is excellent. I like to test the streams and the rivers where we go, and some of them test really bad, and some of them are like, caution, like a yellow caution. This reads out like in red, yellow, green, and blue, blue being the highest, and it also gives you the numbers. So this water tests excellent. It's actually safe to just drink this. However, I'd run it through a hiking filter just to be safe. When you run river water through a hiking filter, basically you're going to get a total organic carbon reading of anywhere between 9 and 14. So that's way higher than this even considers safe. So this thing is really sensitive, and it's made mainly for city water. So what I'm telling you right now is if you get a total organic carbon reading up to 14, I think you're still okay, because that's what you're going to get out of a hiking filter anyway. just exploring up a little side road here. There's campsites. Kind of a beautiful area. But I'm going to walk back up the valley here and check it out. There's so many flowers in bloom and everything. It's just beautiful here. Hey, let's go check it out, Linda.
Yeah, I hear water.
Yeah, I do too.
Ooh, look at all the flowers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm starting to see a waterfall back here. Okay, there's a babbling brook. The waterfall starts just below the apex of the sky right there. Comes all the way down, but you can't see it through the trees. Let's go get closer.
Yeah.
Sure hear it though. Oh, wow. Check out this trail that goes up. It is more than a 45-degree angle. It's probably more like 60-degree angle going up.
What you think, Rick? Think we can make it there?
Look at the colors, the greens and the yellows. It's just incredible. It's beautiful. And of course the blue of the sky. Well, I don't think the poor little drone made it through that one. It was minding its own business and taking beautiful video when I backed it into a tree and it dropped straight into the water. It was only in for about 30 seconds, but I don't think it's going to live. I'll have to send it in for repair, I guess, but right now I got it baking in the sun, so I guess we'll find out. Well, Lindy just made that cottage cheese bread, except we don't have that Coleman oven with us, so she did it in a pan, just on top of the stove here. Let's see it. Did you do it on low or medium or what?
On low.
And just flipped it over occasionally, or?
Yeah, and it's stovetop baking, but all I had was this pan, which is a heavy pan.
And you put that heat disperser.
Right.
Okay.
Well, let's let it cool a little bit, shall we?
Yeah, okay. I just loaded the little grill up with wood. I'm gonna let that burn down into coals. And then we're gonna throw a big thick ribeye on top. Well, Linda cut the bread and it came out really nice. Not bad for stovetop. Oh yeah. It's going to be nice. Got kind of a medium rare.
Yeah, that's okay. Ooh, yeah.
Good.
Good.
Oh, I dropped this in the creek today. It was under about 12 inches of water. It took me 2 minutes to find it, 2.5 minutes to find it. And I immediately reached out and pulled it out of the water, shook it out, and pulled the battery out of it right away. And then I just had it sitting in the sun the rest of the day, and it's okay. I can't believe it. This is the Hover X1. And I've had it for, I don't know, a year or two now. It looks like a toy, it's not. This is a professional grade camera. These things run like $400 or more. But incredible video that you get out of this. In fact, the clips of the motorcycle in this video that you're watching was done with the hover cam here. It's real good. But I'm so happy it's okay.
30 feet, zoom out.
It's autonomous. It does everything on its own, or you can fly it manually with the app on your phone. But it'll go out and come back, or it'll orbit around you, or it'll follow you. Isn't that amazing? It'll go straight up and the camera will tilt down, you know, and video as it goes up. Pretty cool. Just checking tire pressures. Pays to have a little pump with you. We're good. Am I lined up with the rat? I guess I am, yeah. Okay, let's push. There we go. He's in. Okay, this is a lesson to us though, not to load the bike or unload the bike where there's a hill.
Seriously.
Yeah, I know. The bike also had to be light enough that Linda and I can manhandle it up onto this ramp back here. And we can do that.
Ooh, hot.
It's hot. It's been a beautiful place to camp though, hasn't it?
Oh yeah. This is one of the best places that we found actually for all the parameters. It's level. It's next to a water source that's really clean and not noisy. And what else? It's got sun for solar and shade for us people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like been and not too buggy.
Not too buggy. And it's actually really close to the road, but you'd never know it because there's a bunch of trees between us and the road, and
It's been perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy to find the perfect campsite. This one is close to it, but it's just one of those things. It's hit or miss. You never know. Sometimes oh gosh, we pulled into a campsite north of Jackpot,
Nevada.
Nevada.
Into southern Idaho.
Yeah, and it was beautiful, and it was a long dirt road going in. Nobody camping down there. Sweeping views. We planned on staying in there for several days. So we find a perfect spot, and we get out, and we start setting up camp, and there's millions of flies.
Oh.
Flies
Yeah,
like you've never seen before.
We're not exaggerating, because other people have said the same thing.
After we researched it afterwards, and people said, don't camp there. It's out in the desert. You wouldn't expect there to be flies, but there was millions of them. You just couldn't even breathe out there, so yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't talk because 5 flies would fly into your mouth.
As soon as we opened the car door, they swarmed inside. Anyways, it was bad.
Don't go there.
Yeah, don't go there. You just can't tell when you're going to get a good campsite. And this campsite's got flies, but no mosquitoes. We're right next to the river here. Go figure. It's been all right.
Yeah. This is in heavy bear country, but we haven't seen a bear.
Oh yeah, this is grizzly country, and that's why you see me packing my sidearm all the time. And this is the heart of grizzly country right here. Hard-sided campers only. Don't come up here in a tent. We'll probably do a road trip next, but we don't know. We're more into road trips than we are camping, right?
Yeah. On our road trips, we camp instead of staying in motels or whatever. But
Right.
and we enjoy camping.
Yeah, we love to camp. We just don't like to go stay in one spot for a week and camp. That's not us. We just like to move along.
Yeah.
Well, the area that we've been camped is called Benchmark, and this is the Benchmark Road that goes out of Augusta heading back up the valley here. We probably won't come in here again because the road is so washboard, it just jars your teeth out, and everything in your trailer and everything else, we have to go so slow and careful. It's too bad though, because there are beautiful, beautiful places to camp up in this area, and lots of places to camp.
Yeah, it's 30 miles of dirt road from Augusta before you get to the campsites.
We enjoyed our stay back in there.
And every time I'd wander off in the woods, he'd be yelling at me because it's grizzly bear country. And I'm prepared, but it's still, you know, you have to keep an eye out for them.
And this is the Rocky Mountain front. Well, after miles on a dirt road, anything you got on the back, be it a bicycle or a motorcycle or surfboards, I don't care what you got, this is what it's going to look like. But one of our viewers said, use a leaf blower, and watch this. It doesn't get it all off, but it sure as heck helps. Oh yeah, we had fun. Yeah, that looks better. You guys, thanks for coming along on this one. And
we'll see you on the next one.
You betcha. See you around.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.